a bit. Just started months ago. You have to kakra. And on the closely all the elections activity via NDC MP. It was a fantastic event. Maybe called Medina. It's the same stretch. What the player wonder why. Maybe a strategy. No, be I use. And then Sassy and a queer. I'm the cotton is spending less than 5 area. In fact, I got there, I didn't know that peaceful, calm. Now, reports across the countryside come from Alopana, say, a Vienna, it is in fact, and yet, now, say, Shane, say, you're to a banner gun on your shoe. International will be a shame. To do how, say, it's your boss. We'll be back when you forgot. Yes, I did go to a bank. Any two, if it's not you two, this is in terms of a man run a press conference, I hope be brave by. I mean, the tenants, if I say, the summer war about to this year, other political parties are allowed to also hold individual press conference. I don't know. Yeah, but then it's allowed. Yes, allowed. Okay, so we'll see counter and all that. Me, no, make us say, it's so a maturing democracy. Union do set up for normal do, and we must and interesting results, and these are things that we expect them to happen. We are looking about 40 something thousand police stations, and they are being do very 1% go for a pressure. And so now, also, doctor be also cool now. More driven. Only can't come to you because I go on Kazana. I feel never chassis. And run a job is in the kitty and laughing here. You're passive better by save you. But you share home crime, I am more body. It's one gun. Sure. See.
Listening to results by reports, any surprises for you? And I don't feel early days here.
Make us early days. Because I try to know I go no chassis. I'm so refrain from your papa. The minimum say, and do midnight nothing. I be chassis. But this year, close up by me. I should say be doing 2% to pay. And Timubia fat na kuma shim chassis say, we be a need too much. Because we have to miss anything can change. Timon dear. Send a mini kai from a by your brain median cananka and medium quan to say yet see some isolated cases. You I a bumpire say ABC why beyond that. Maybe a China activity. The empire say Copa boy and combine. And I also have more as electrics and security people. The only problem might be a service lieutenant. And I'm telling you, because I'm telling you why I'm for him accommodating in a CBA. Will be 1%. I need Sananka, yes, petty. I'm saying, near you. And said, and I said to
Electoral Commission official tenor. What they said for them I don't know or more measure against with figure. But you go over turnout in our country over the years. I think because of Amobi, I mean go through Kakana Manfo in turnout figures, no? Then we compare that to the EU and across the country. Of course, Medikai can say the highest we've had as a country 2004. Okay. And a turnout of 85%. That's the highest. The Ocean 1996 out is 78%.
Okay.
The year 2000, first round, not turnout is 62%. Second round, which is the runoff, no, not turnout 60%.
Okay.
Over 2004, 85, I'll make that point. 2008, first round, 70%. Second round, which is the round, 3%. 2012, not turnout is 79%. 2062.
When it comes to the Parliamentary Still Association Army Church at Formina constituency, this is how it played. Lawyer Amwa Kwesi Amma of the NPP had 180, Charles Kofi of the NDC had 72. So now we're still getting some of the reports, but an alert is that there's tension arising in Nungua Estate Police Headquarters. We want to speak to our reporter, Sophia. Sophia is there. Sophia, if you can hear, what exactly is happening at Nungua Estate Police Headquarters?
Hello.
Yes, Sophia, we can hear you. Where exactly? Where is your specific location? I mean, what is happening?
I'm currently at the Nungua Estate Police Headquarters, and it's the collation center for the Krowo constituency. And so the center was actually open on time, and then they started receiving the counted ballot boxes from the various polling stations. But a few minutes after the entire process began, one polling station arrived where there appeared to be a dispute between their party agent. I spoke to an NDC party agent from the, excuse me, I don't think I can pronounce the name well, Odogono polling station, and he explained to me some of the NPP party agents have refused to accept the results that were counted and are demanding for a recount. But I wasn't there and submit their ballot boxes, and the party agents are saying that they are doing a recount before the boxes.
Okay, so let me try to understand. The party agents representing the various political parties are demanding the of the ballot papers, but you are not sure if that happened at the polling center.
Apparently, they demanded for it at the polling station when it was counted, but I'm not sure if it was recounted because they are here and they are demanding for the same thing, even though the collation exercise itself has not yet begun.
Okay, so the collation center, nothing has begun. People are just there.
Nothing has begun. There's actually a large crowd inside the police headquarters and outside on the street. And for myself, I have not been able to gain access beyond the barricade because I'm supposed to see the traditional police officer, but there's a large crowd and it's very difficult to access them. So I'm currently at a distance because there's a lot of chaos and noise over here.
I'm sure that you get there eventually, but what is the sentiment that the people that are doing a recount, are they so angry? Are they going up and can you paint the picture?
So, from what I've gathered so far, it has a lot of polling stations in the Krowo constituency. The incumbent MP, Dr. Agnes Momolate, has won in a lot of stations, and so there's an air of excitement, there's jubilation roadside for the NDC votes in any provisional results as of now.
But do we know if the returning officer of our coalition center is present?
I am not sure, not confirmed that, but at the time I arrived, they were already accepting ballot boxes and results on the incident with that particular polling station happened.
So apart from any other matter seems to be going on well, am I correct?
Okay, Mayesha Kurano, Papa.
Enna kasama bosu.
MPP's party Yaobama had 198. The NDC's Dabasadi got 64, and 2 ballots were rejected. So in total, the ballot cast was 264, but the expected voters were 435. So we recorded an absence of 171 voters. 171 voters couldn't turn out at the Alive Chapel polling station. And to continue with, the next polling station that I visited was the Overcomers Nation Church, Tesano 2. And the NDC's Jonah got 66. NPP's Dr. Baomia got 34. Nana Kwame Bediaku got 2. Alan Kojo Chimanten got 1. 1 ballot was rejected. And total valid votes were 103. And the total votes in ballot box was 4. Parliamentary, the MPP's Yaobama had 4. where Baba Sadiq of the NDC got 40, total votes 104. Now, Overcomers Nation Chair, Tesano, 1, has to do with the NDC John Mahama had 61, where Dr. Bawumia of the MP got 44, Nana Kwame Bediako had single 1, and 2 ballots were rejected. So these are some of the constitutions that I have visited myself, but as you can see, a lot has been brought and they are being brought into engine room, if you like, or the strong room, where further checks will be for us to have them projected on the screen that has been mounted by the EC. So we will be able to give viewers the necessary votes that came from those polling stations across the constituency as Okankwe Central is concerned. So,
all right, thank you very much, Calvin Powell, reporting from the Okankwe Central constituency, which is also, I want to say, a fiercely contested constituency because of the people involved. Even though, you know, political watchers have said from day one that Patrick Boamo of the NPP was going to retain that seat, but you have Baba Sadiq, who has a lot of social media presence and following and believe, because we voters connect in that constituency. Patrick Boamo didn't show up, but from the people who showed up, you could tell why Baba Sadiq believes that he could win the constituency. We are not saying he's lost the constituency, but from the provisional results that Calvin just gave out, it appears that Patrick is in a lead from some of the polling tests. But once again, it's early days yet, and so we will hold on and wait to give you, a full, the full numbers when we have a full appreciation of what the numbers are saying. So you have Okankwe Central, the 2 leading contenders, which is Patrick Boamo of the NPP. He's been MP term, seeking for a 3rd term, and then Baba Sadiq, who is an entertainment personality. You know, he I think he owns or co-owns entrepreneur. Okay, yeah. He co-owns Free Music also, yes. So he's also the contender from the candidate from the NDC. But a little later, we'll bring you the full details we have on who is actually winning that seat.
Yeah, we'll get the figures, the face of the team sheet, because that's where it really all matters. But let me take over and let's talk about that, because in the 2020 election, they voted skirt and blouse. The people of Ohwe decided to vote for John Dramani Mahama for the presidency, and then voted Peter for the parliamentary seat. So you look at the total votes and you realize that John Dramani Mahama 3,517 votes in Ohwe in 2020, and that summed up to about 69.36%, while Nkwado just polled 14,389, which was 29.78%. Look at where it gets interesting. For the parliamentary race, John Peter Amewu polled 26,952, which is 55.26% of the votes. And then Professor Margaret Kweku got 21,821, which summed up to 44.7% of the votes. So when you look at the difference, it's just a little under 5,000 votes for John Peter Amewu in the 2020 elections in Ohwe. But let's come back to Accra. Let me take you to Koro. In fact, it's been one of the areas that has had consistent issues. In fact, we also told that one person was arrested early today because the person was allegedly dishing out money to someone at the polling station. Mutala Inusa, a man who's been monitoring Koro, and he's joined us. Mutala, so as it stands now, where are we in the electoral process? Are we collating? Are we counting? What's happening?
So, like we do know, 5 p.m. exactly, voting and in most of the polling centers, especially those areas that people have already done those in the queue. There were a few places that persons after 5 p.m. were still in the queue voting, but most of the places, in fact, that came out within this very constituency as the vote turnout. Most of the places that I visited, even before the voting came to an end, less than 50% of the total registered voters that could vote turn up to vote. So eventually, if you are looking at the voter turnout, possibly it is not as expected. But of course, the voters have decided to go and vote. Have decided to come to Nungwa currently, Krowo constituency. The wind is blowing in favor of Agnes Namumulate, especially the areas that have been counted. And for Krowo constituency, former 5J Church Police Station, the total ballots that were cast 160. And NPP for the presidential elections, NPP, that is Dr. Mahmoud Baumi, had 63. John Dramani Mahama, NDC, had 93. Then CPP 1, Cheddar, had 3. Then when you look at the parliamentary elections at the former 5J Church polling station, the parliamentary, NDC, Agnes Namumulate, had 79 votes. And then NEP, Engineer Emmanuel Odailai also had 79 points. So both of them had 79. Then the independent candidate here, independent candidate here had 2 votes. So that is in relation to the Kroma 5 JHS. And Kroma 3 and 4 B primary school. Also some interesting results that came out from there. For the parliamentary, the engineer Odailai, I beg your pardon, had 124. Then Dr. Agnes Namumulate polled 174. That is for the parliamentary. And then the presidential, NPP, that is Dr. Mahmoud, had 110. And then you see, former President John Dramani Mahama polled 102. That is for the presidential. The independent candidate, one of the independent candidates, that is Cheddar, had 1. APC also had 1. And there was 3 rejected ballots in all. So from there, Joshua, another polling station or polling center within the same premises, Kroma 3 and 4A primary school, the one that I mentioned earlier, is the B, and this one is the A. The A for the presidential. NPP, that is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, polled 129 votes, 129. NDC, former President John Dramani polled 185 votes, 185 votes. Cheddar had 3. The rejected ballots, the total registered voters, 449, and the total was 318. Then from there, you look at the parliamentary election. Out of the aspect in the same constituency, Engineer Odailai, MPP, had 140. Agnes Namumulate had 174. Rejected ballots, 84. The other contenders did not have any vote for particular collation center. So currently, I am walking straight to the collation center, which is the Nungwa police station, where all the votes will be tallied over there. In through town, the atmosphere, as you see the cars blowing the horns, the NPP, NC park supporters in town shouting and making noise there, telling you that all the areas that have been counted so far, it is pointing to the direction of Agnes Namumulate, doctor. But I must put on record that come to this very constituency, a total of 107,746 voters are expected to vote. So this one that we have just a fraction of what has happened so far. In the course of the evening, we'll know more and we'll get a clearer picture as to what the atmosphere here is truly what is on the ground. But what is clear is that so far the area that I have been to, and then the collations, the results counted came in favor of both the NDC parliamentary candidate, that is Dr. Agnes Namumulate, and former President John Dramani Mahama of the NDC. So when you come to Krowo right now, there's that atmosphere that the NDC probably will win both the parliamentary and the presidential elections here.
Mutala, thank you so much for bringing us updates from Krowo. And any surprises there for you?
Well, no, not really.
Because
not
I mean,
really.
the pollsters had predicted that Krowo and then other constituencies along the coast are likely to either turn green or remain green. But then
let's go to the Volta region, and my colleague Peter Dato is in who joins us via phone. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. What do you have? Hello. Hello. Okay. We apologize for that, but we're trying to bring you some updates from the Volta region. Peter Dato there. But yes, the results from Krowo, both presidential and parliamentary, appears to be going in favor of the NDC. Like you said, no surprises there. It's been predicted that that's how it's going to go. And I see that Emmanuel Ejabing is on standby as well to join us. We're getting some shocking news from some quarters. In fact, I'm getting results from the Adentan constituency. So far, though, looking good for Kuzi.
And that is something that I'm sure that a lot of people would be wondering. I mean, we sat here 24 hours ago and we were looking at the dynamics in Adentan, looking at the fact that Kuzi is a candidate who comes in with some level of resources among others, and that looking at the fact that she's doing road construction among others, those things might inure to her.
All right, Joshua, hold on for me. Let's cross to Blessing, who is at Tema West. We understand there's some sort of confusion at the Coalition Center. Blessing, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening.
Blessing, where are you and what can you tell us?
Currently, I'm at Ablekuma West.
Okay. What do you have for us?
Yeah. We are done with counting for the AMD. This is Martin's Forest. And looking at the figures, we have NPP for the first station. We have NPP 210, NDC 179, New Falls got 7, Alan got 5, rejected votes are 4, false votes are 3, and then 2 votes are 409. The parliamentary candidates got 215, NPP, that's like got 215, NDC 181. Then for our second station here, we have NPP getting 192, NDC 186, Newport got 2, Alan got 5, and then for the parliamentary, we have 225 for Ursula, NDC 180.
Okay, Blessing, thank you very much for bringing us these updates. But we are picking up information that things are not looking so good for the incumbent member of parliament. Is that what you're getting, the indication? What is happening in the constituency?
Well, with what I have currently, the gap is not that wide. You would see a difference of about 20 votes, around not even up to 50 votes, what I have currently. So obviously the gap is not that wide.
The gap is not wide in favor of who?
The gap is not wide in favor of Ursula Owusu.
Right. Okay. But what constituency like? What's the mood in the constituency?
It's a calm one. For where I am currently, it's a calm one. Street, I could hear the motorbikes and the horns all over. We are yet to find out why the noise is on the streets, but every now and then we hear the noise. But for the stations, they are quite calm, and for the places I've been to, they are quite organized.
All right, very much. Blessing. They're reporting from the Ablekuma West constituency with the incumbent member of parliament, Ursula Owusu Ekufo. Watchers have said that, she's likely to retain the seat, right?
Yes.
But just as Blessing said, for the results she has so far, the margin is not so wide.
Yeah.
Some of them
would wonder why. Because, yes, I mean, Reverend has been on the ground. I mean, I remember that his final rally constituency, he brought Malik Basintali. So Malik was there to ginger up Ablekuma West for Osofo in Ablekuma West constituency. And so, looking at Ursula, how she's performed Parliament, her popularity in terms of even on the national scale, and the figures that Blessing gave us, I mean, the margins were quite slim.
Yeah.
And so you would wonder, and these are just few centers in the constituency. And so, like you've always said since the beginning of this broadcast, it's early days here, and so anything can happen. But from what we have received so far from Abdulkumar West, it doesn't look like Esla can say she's in a comfortable lead, and that's where it gets dangerous. Because what if these centers are in areas where Esla holds?
Be that barrier between those the electorates and those counting the ballot papers as well. This time around, because it was in the premises of the police station, they used the main gate as the barrier to prevent them from coming nearer to where the counting was taking place. And it's quite generating some kind of misunderstanding. But at the end of the day, everything went under control, and then they had to settle and counted everything. And now we are back here at the Presec Boys High School, Presbyterian Boys High School, Presec, at Lagos near McJunction, around the Medina. This is where the collation center is. And when we were here, there was some kind of misunderstanding once again, because according to them, the platform created where they had all the other polling agents on it, and they were told at the first briefing that everyone that finished counting the ballot papers head to the Electoral Commission to present the ballot boxes over there before coming to the collation center, because at the collation center, there's no longer going to be the ballot boxes anymore. There's rather going to be the pink sheet, which is going to be the one that they will use to announce the presidential and the parliamentary as well. So it kind of generated some kind of misunderstanding here. But the police were, as usual, in control and had to direct every other person who brought the DS here back to the Electoral Commission as well. So presently we are here at the Presec Boys High School at Zongo Junction, or Presec, near the Zongo Junction.
Well, I'm not happy you are saying Presec is near Zongo Junction. We are not near Zongo Junction. Anyways, Monica, do we have any figures so far from Medina? Do you have any figures so far?
Okay, yeah. So we had 5 centers